So we're at a new spot today. I've never been here, but did some research and thought that this would be a good place to look for old stuff and hopefully some Civil War stuff too. There wasn't a lot of activity in this area, but there was enough that there could be some stuff here. The water's too deep really for me to get in metal detecting where I wanted to go, and I thought about just doing a little magnet fishing or something, but it's really clear, so I changed my plans, and I think what we're going to do today is we're just going to kind of swim around where the mask is snorkeled and look to see what we can see. I think we might actually find some stuff here. I'm very, very hopeful. Just walking along the bank right here, I've already found 2 homemade sinkers just laying there. This is one, and the other one I actually already put back in the truck when I changed my clothes. So let's do that. Let's just start walking along the bank here. There's a little stream I want to go check out, and we'll just check the bank of this river right here where it's all washed out and just see what we can eyeball. What do you think? You up for that? Because I am. That's what I'm going to do, and I hope you hang around with me to find more of these in gold and treasure. Let's go look. We're just going to start by just walking along the main channel here, the river, and just seeing what has washed out of the bank. Like here's something here, but it looks like a modern egg sinker, so that's where someone was fishing. But you never know. Here's another one. See the heavy stuff? A lot of people ask me, well, doesn't this stuff wash downstream? Well, no, it doesn't. You can see right here, it just lays right on the bottom, right on the top rather. And if it gets washed into a little crevice like that, that thing will never move. At least not until all this dirt gets dug up. Many, many times I've found mini balls and sinkers just laying on a flat rock, just stuck in an ever so small crevice. And there they lay. Now if it has other stuff attached to it like plastic, even though this is metal and fairly heavy, sure, that can get dragged downstream in the currents. But lead won't do that. It won't get dragged far anyway unless everything gets dragged down. See, look, there is a, you know what that is? That's a modern 22 slug. I have a feeling we're going to find so much stuff today that I'm not going to collect it all up. Not that I'm not the river janitor, it's just that I'm not going to be able to carry everything. I only have a little tiny digging bag with me today. So, you ready? Got the hang of it? You know what lead looks like. It's pretty easy to find. Of course, gold will always be gold. Keep your eyes peeled. Thought I'd just walk up this little stream here. It's a little side stream to the main river. And there are some things in here. I'm not seeing anything really old, but like here's another egg sinker. Right there. See, the heavy stuff won't get washed off of these rocks very easily. There's some more lead. That looks like a fired bullet, maybe. What do you think? Is that a fired bullet? Yep. That's a more modern bullet. It's post-Civil War. Here's another one here. But see, you don't really even need a metal detector to find stuff. I mean, granted, what I'm finding is not like real exciting, but it could be, because you never know what's going to be next. And it's the same way when you have a metal detector. I mean, you just never know what's going to be next. Metal detector wouldn't do much good on these rocks anyway. Just use your eyeballs. You can find. So I'm just going to work my way up along the edge of this rock here, and I don't know if I'll go too much further though. So it looks like it gets pretty sandy after that. I'm sure most of the big pretty stuff's been picked over before. There's a lot of people in this area. And this is in fact, there's a bunch of people behind me. I'm walking up the same creek. There's a couple fired bullets right there. Again, I mean, that's not like terribly exciting, but for me it's a little bit exciting. It's like finding an Easter egg that's rotten. It's still fun to find. Alright. This is a neat little creek. I might come back here if the main channel doesn't pan out. Looks like it might get a little bit less sandy up there. There's an old bridge. Let's go walk up to that old bridge and see what that's all about. I see another big rock way up there too. Yeah, let's do that. Just a little bit further. It's always just a little bit further. One more target. Sometimes it pays off. What's this? What is it? You recognize it? Jeez. No, I'm not sure who that's supposed to be. We'll set it up here. Maybe somebody else will get a thrill out of finding it. Maybe some kid will come by. Who knows? There it is. Oh, it's got a peace sign on it. Pretty cool. I might save that for myself. Somebody's not happy with Mr. Bow. There's a hawk up here. Must have a nest. He just flew down closer to me. And I also hear an owl. Two of them. Isn't that cool? They probably have a nest up here too. The hawk flew into this tree right here. Yeah, let's walk up there a little more. Owls, there's definitely a pair of them up here. I'm not sure if they're upset at me or that hawk that was flying around. Of course, the hawk got really quiet for some reason. You can catch a turkey by imitating an owl. By catch, I mean kill. But you already knew that. This is pretty cool. Look at that. Isn't that wild? Yeah, there goes the owl. He just flew off up there. It's one of them. Yeah, it's going to topple over before it's done. I imagine that's too old. Maybe 100 years. Hard to say though. Pretty cool. Alright, onward and upward. That doesn't look good. I think that little tortoise died. What do you think? Death is all around us, my friend. Death is all around us. Past that box turtle that was dead back there. Looks like another dead turtle. Is it? There's another dead one. Look at that. It's not a box turtle though. Oh dear God, he's still alive. Nah, he can't be alive. His head's moving though. You know what it is? It must be maggots in there. And that's the most revolting thing I've seen in a long time. I'm just hoping he's dead. That's gonna haunt me tonight, guys. Hey, it's like an old piece to a rail off a railroad. It's kind of neat. Pretty small, so it's an older one. Unless it came out of a factory, I suppose. It's been an interesting little walk. I want to go see what this cliff face looks like right here. It looks interesting. Kind of sad though, actually. You know what, 3 weird things already. I've only been out here for about 20 minutes. This is a neat little washout area. You can see some pipe and stuff up there. I'm probably not going to go much further than this. This sand, of course, you don't really see a whole lot. Well, except for dead turtles. If there's more bedrock, I think it would be more interesting up here. That looks different. See, look at this. Obviously, this is some type of fabric, but I wonder what this is. Should we look? Yeah, it's just more fabric. It's a poncho, a Civil War poncho. Melted, whatever it is. It does feel like a poncho of some sort. Some type of rubberized material. Ah, this is neat. I like this. Never know, you can find some old bartles in here. What is it, a deer? There it goes. He spotted me before I spotted him. That's not good. Mr. Bow is not paying attention. What is that thing? Any idea? I don't know if it's a seed, a mushroom, or an eyeball. I'm almost afraid to find out. It's a seed. Alright, we'll put him back. Kinda. There you go, buddy. Have a good life. He won't be around very long. This bank will get completely washed out soon, I'm sure. Alright. Anything else of interest? Well, if the deer wasn't a big old water moccasin, he would have had me for sure. Yeah, there's not much washed down here at all, is there? I expected to see some bartles or whatnot. Alright, let's head back down. If you dare. Just wanted to point this out to you guys that don't get on the water much. Whenever you see a log like this going across the creek, usually on the downriver side there'll be a hole, a deeper hole, unless it's very, very solid bedrock. And you see that has happened here in both places that the water comes over. It washes over, digs it out, does the same thing over here. Now the reason I point that out is because if you're like metal detecting or exploring, walking down creeks or rivers, even if it's a big river, you usually will find a big hole on the far side of the log where it gets cut out like that. And I don't want you drowning. It's easy to do if you don't know how to swim, or you get scared and you panic when you step in that hole that's formed just like that. One other thing I'll point out to you, because you probably won't see this a lot, is a lot of times I get asked, what do you wear when you're out doing these type of things? Now normally when I'm on the river and there's a lot of rocks, I will wear combat boots and I put cleats on them. I kind of make up my own cleats, and that way they kind of grab to the rock and they're not as slippery. But when I'm someplace like this where it's just mostly mud and sand, and I probably will be swimming a lot when I get to the main channel, I'll wear something like this. And what this is, these are diving boots. And you put your fins on, they go in right here. They just slide into the back of the fins. And they're neoprene, and they're floaty, so they're not going to drag me down in deep water like the combat boots with the big steel cleats do. But little diving boots are good for this type of thing, where you're, there's a poor little turtle, where you're doing a lot of swimming. So that's what I wear in these situations. Combat boots with a lot of rocks. Fins if it's really deep, which I could probably use fins or flippers here, but I can just float around with these things pretty easy. Alright, we're almost back to the river. Hopefully we'll find some treasure soon. Oh, do you think it's modern or old? Yeah, I'll say it's modern. Actually, I thought it was a bullet sinker, but it probably still is. It looks almost like a bullet though, doesn't it? But it's been chopped at the end. It's got a hole in it, so. Yeah, I guess that's just a modern sinker. I'm going to save that one just in case though. It's a little dump of sorts. Ooh, it's a button. Is that a button? Yeah, it is. It's a little button. It's a flat one though. Hurt my thumb the other day, kind of burned it real bad. So it's, sorry about that. But yeah, this is a file, some pliers, all kinds of little things in here. It doesn't look like it's that old though. See some aluminum over there. A bit of plastic. Yeah, this isn't very old at all. Oh well, it was good to look around anyway, because you never know what you might find. This is zinc. I thought it might be lead, but zinc is usually a bad sign whenever you find that stuff. So, look, I went right by this thing. It's a bullet. It's a bullet! That thing's about rotted away, isn't it? Look at the top of that. It's a center fire, so we know it's not that old, like 1880s or later probably. Huh. Not going to keep the bullet. I'm going to keep that little button just for the heck of it though, I guess. Alright. Lots of junk. Now here's a heck of a piece of Indian pottery. That's a beauty, huh? Wow. Not sure how old that is. I figure some of you fellers and gals will know. If you do, let me know. Nice.